Good morning from Jean Lafitte County in New Orleans, Louisiana. So we're out here at the Airboat Adventures today. So it's going to be an airboat tour along the river. So we're going to spot some wildlife out there, some alligators, some fish, that kind of thing. What's going to be going on is one of these propeller airboats basically. It's effectively kind of looks like a hovercraft, but it's not. It's got the big propeller on the back to push you along and steer you around. So we're going on a larger one. It was a little bit cheaper. The total price for this, for two people, was $115. So that works out roughly about $60 a person. I think $57.50 including tax per person. And that's just shy of £100 in total for us. So the tour itself is an hour and 45 minutes, all around the river. Effectively a swamp boat tour. So we're going to see some alligators and see some wildlife and things like that. It's pretty busy out here. A lot of people out here. I think they do transfers from central New Orleans anyway. So you're pretty well covered in that aspect with regards to getting here. For us, we're staying in Federal City, and it was about 40 minutes drive for us. Obviously no additional pickups or anything like that, so it could take you guys a little bit longer. So it looks to me like we'll have headphones on, ear mufflers on, and then we'll be on the boat strapped in, ready to go. So there'll be a lot of wind in our face. It's quite sunny today, hence the glasses. But it's going to be cool. It'll be a good adventure. We've been inside. They've got an albino alligator in there, which I'll put a picture in of now. And they've got a couple of other questionable things. They've got some stuffed alligators, some stuffed birds, things like that. It doesn't always sit right with me, but you've got to think about where we are. So I'll just give you an overview of the area itself. And these are just in front of us. These are the kind of boats that we'll be going on. We'll actually be going on that one right in the back, basically. That's one of the larger boats. And you've got these smaller boats right here in front of us. It's now 5 to 12. We've checked in. We've got our wristband ready to go. And we'll be hopping on the boat in about 5 to 10 minutes. All right. So we just finished up our orientation at the moment, and then we're heading out onto the river. We've got our headsets on for ear protection, basically hearing protection. We're going to head on out. We've got about an hour and a half. We've got 15 minutes slow ride. Hit the brakes. Basically, he's distributed the weight of the boat evenly so that we can get as much stability as possible. So right now we're going along the bayou, and we've just been told that this section of the waterway is the largest man-made, effectively the largest man-made section of water in the world. It goes down 26 feet, and this is commonly used as a trade waterway.
Are there water snakes?
Yes, we have 48 different species of snakes. We have 5 venomous snakes. The most venomous is the cottonmouth, the Congo, the water moccasin. We have the western rattler, the copperhead, the coral snake. Red touches black, the friend of Jack. Red touches yellow, it's a dangerous spindle. And a snake goes to the king snake, back by the king snake, down there, one snake, and so on. We got a whole lot of snakes, y'all. See, I like questions, see? That big body of water that we're traveling in is Lake Salvador. It's the 3rd largest lake in the state of Louisiana, with Lake Bowen and Lake Pontchartrain being the 2 larger. It's 14 miles long, it's 8 miles wide, and ranges from 6 inches to 12 feet. It's very unique and dynamic. The diversity of the ecosystem here is somewhat like no other in the world. Let me explain. To the north of the area of fresh water, to the south of the area of salt water. Well, the fresh and the salt water combined and mixed together is what we have here, which we call brackish. If you go to the north part of the area here, you're going to be fishing freshwater fish. Some of the freshwater fish that we do have in the brackish waters here are largemouth bass, sockeye, crappie, carp, shoe picking, perch, and turn species of catfish, yellow cat, blue cat, white cat, channel cat, polymouth cat, inclusion catfish, and carp, shoe picking, alligator, gar, etc. or freshwater fish. If you go to the saltwater area here, you're going to be fishing saltwater fish. And some of the saltwater fish that we do have in the brackish waters here are redfish, spectral, flounder, drum, snapper, grouper, even sand and bull shark are in these waters. At different times of the year, when the water temperature and the climate trade, the porpoise and dolphin are jumping out of the waters here. I have been a commercial fisherman the majority of my life. Shrimp, crabs, fish, oysters, the Gulf of Mexico, and in these inland waters. In these inland waters, in my traps and in my nets, I have seen hundreds of different species of marine fisheries and seafood. About 40% of them do adapt to this brackish water. Louisiana's one of the seafood capitals of the world, made by 500 world seafood. Comes from right here in the state of Louisiana. Hey, y'all want a real good picture of something? Huh? Yeah. Look right here, look. See back there, look. A bunch of tourists in a natural environment. The Barataria Bay estuary system that you're in is the largest estuary system in the United States. We're actually in the top 3 in the world. We might not be the largest estuary system in the world, but we're actually the most productive estuary system in the world. We're the redfish capital of the world, we're the catfish capital of the universe. So, yeah.
You said hunting in September. Why?
September is when all the females is going to be on the nest protecting the young or the eggs. So the gators that's going to be out and about that you're going to catch are going to be the males. So that's why they have it in the month of September, because the gators that they're going to catch and kill is going to be males. Alright? But that's the only time. But I'm not always on this boat either. I've been stuck on it a lot. I like the little boat, but I'm at the bottom of the list right now. Alright, y'all can take your headsets off. Look, I'm sorry to say it's been a long tour. Thank y'all for coming up. I really enjoyed it. All I ask now, you please remain seated until I secure the boat up to the dock before trying to get off. And listen, y'all come back now, you hear?
Just finished our airboat adventure tour of the swamps and the bayous. We're in March at the moment, so the alligators aren't as active. They're more active in the summer months. Sorry, they'll be up and about, going around the water, and in the winter months, the cooler months, they'll either be on the banks trying to sun themselves and get a little bit warm, or they'll be buried down deep in the mud. So we saw probably about 6 or 7 alligators. Sorry, we saw some turtles as well and things like that. It was a good tour. Our tour guide Jay was fantastic, very knowledgeable, very enthusiastic as well, and he really made the experience what it was. And I think things like this, you need a good tour guide, and you need a good guide in order to make it an enjoyable experience. He's very interactive, wanting us to ask questions, you know, and he was giving us little facts about the alligators. For the first 4 or 5 years of their lifespan, they're growing, you know, X number of inches, and then as they get older, that obviously decreases. And he's saying that they could potentially live anywhere up to, you know, 250 to 300 years old. It's not actually been confirmed how old they can live. They've cut them open and seen their bones and things like that, and it works in the same way as a tree works. You see the number of rings, that's the age of the alligator. And you know, another fact he was saying, the length of the alligator you can effectively determine by the distance between their nose and their eyes. The tip of the nose and the bottom of their eyes. The number of inches that is pretty much the number of feet that the alligator is. So the longest really that they've seen is 18, 19 feet. And then that alligator is anywhere up to about 200, can be up to about 200 years old when it gets to that length. So it's, some of these facts are very interesting and something that we hadn't, you know, you'd never know really. You'd never go out of your way to research these. It was just, I'd say it was a really cool experience overall. You know, it's something a little bit different, not a typical theme park or a tourist attraction that you'd go to, the visitor centre that you'd normally get. And being on an airboat itself, is like one of the ones that you can see behind us, you know, that in itself is a pretty cool experience. So I think it was definitely worth the money, definitely something really cool that you need to do out here because this is part of their heritage. One of the facts that they were saying, basically the amount of land that they've lost due to global warming, they're estimating that they're going to lose the amount of land the size of Washington by 2050, I believe was the date that we were given. And that's an incredible amount of land that you're losing to the rising sea levels. Get yourselves out here, we're in Jean Lafitte County, airboat adventures. Like I said before, it was $115 for the two of us. For a large airboat, you can go on a smaller airboat, and that is around about $25 to $30 more per person. I don't think that's entirely necessary. If you want that more personal experience, if there is like a larger group of you, and you want your own personal boat, then yeah, you hire a small boat between you. But we were just on a large boat with around about 15, 20 other people. And it was great. Good experience, so get yourself out here. So we've just come a little bit down the road from our airboat tour to the Sonic Drive-In, and this is it's kind of like a takeaway, a drive-through, like a McDonald's or something like that. The interesting thing here is you can only order on the screens here. So we've come out of the car and we've ordered on this screen here. We've got the menu board behind, and then you've got a section to put your card in. You press the red button to order, and then you go for your selection, or you park up your car and you've got a screen next to each parking space. We're going to sit down on one of the benches just outside the drive-in itself, so we've got a little bit of space to eat and whatnot. We've ordered quite a bit of food, burger, tater tots, a couple of drinks, chicken nuggets, that kind of thing. Quite a bit, probably went a little bit overboard. The reason for coming here personally was for a new milkshake that they're doing called the Reese's Overload Shake, which is basically peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, all overload, as it says. It's overload of peanut butter. We'll let you know how the food tastes. All right, so I'll give you an overview of what we've ordered. We've ordered, which apparently isn't really a shake. You use a spoon for it rather than a straw. And then Becky's got a strawberry milkshake as well. So the entire total was, I think, $28, which isn't bad. The size of the burger is, you know, for a fast food takeaway burger, that's pretty big. All right, let's give it a taste. That's good. That's really good. Very succulent. The meat is good. Fresh veg in there. It's freshly made. It doesn't taste like it's been sat there for 20 minutes in a heated rack. Nice and hot, fresh, not squishy at all, and the meat's nice and juicy as well. Nice and fresh. Got the tater tots, which are very crispy, good size, they're not soggy at all. And got the popcorn chicken, which looks like it's been kept quite well. Quite a tangy barbecue, but it's good. You got a good coat in there on the barbecue. Let's try the loaded tots. So these they look like a chili cheese tater tot. Ooh. Strong beefy, smoky beefy flavour to it. And right, the chili cheese hot dog, 6-inch hot dog. You can get a 12-inch hot dog as well. Lots of cheese on there, lots of chili. It's good. Same as what's on the loaded tater tots. Good coating on it, fresh, and it's like a tinned hot dog. the ones that you get in the jar from, you know, Tesco, Sainsbury's, something like that. Pretty good. Overall, I'd say good food. We're going to try the shakes. I think this is just a standard strawberry milkshake, and this is a blast. So it's thicker ice cream. Lots of Reese's Pieces in there, peanut butter, crumbled up all in there. So yeah, I'd say, you know, we spent a lot of money because we got more than we probably should have. We've picked down a little bit. I think you could probably get away with just having a burger, tots and a drink, and that would do you for one person. Or, you know, the tater tots or a hot dog, fries and a drink. That's enough to do you for one person. But pretty good. Weird experience with the ordering from the menu rather than going inside and doing it. I'm not a big fan of drive-thrus, so for me this was a bit of a crazy experience, but pretty cool. I can see why they do it. It saves them a lot of space for the actual restaurant. They don't have to have tons of seating area. They just have a couple of benches that are covered over, and you can sit in your car and eat in the comfort of your own car. So yeah, pretty cool overall, I think. The original plan today was to go and do our airboat tour and then go to the insectarium, but that didn't quite work out. We didn't really have a lot of time. The insectarium closes at 4:30, which is quite early for a tourist destination, so we didn't get that. What we've managed to do is something quite special here, and we've come to Six Flags in New Orleans. And Six Flags New Orleans is quite unique, as it's still there. It's right behind us here, but it doesn't operate anymore. So Six Flags New Orleans opened in 2002, and it closed down in 2005 when the Hurricane Katrina struck central New Orleans, but they've not done anything with it. They've just left it. It's been completely abandoned. It was devastated by the hurricane. They had a moat effectively around the outside in order to keep storm water out and to keep rising water from coming out. But as the hurricane came in, it brought all that water inside, and now you've got that barrier around the outside. The water can't get back out, so this entire area was flooded under many feet of water for months and months. As you might be able to see behind me, just here is a roller coaster, effectively. We've got a swing in the background as well. We've got a Ferris wheel. And what we're looking at here is the roofs of some of the buildings have just been taken clean off. From what we understand, this is quite an area where people break in, they hop the fence because, you know, the fence isn't very high. You can just effectively jump over the top. You can see the guard gate here. Let's try and zoom in here so you can see exactly what we mean. So we've got the roller coaster here in front of us. That's one of them. We've got another roller coaster just there behind the pillars of the white building. We've got a Ferris wheel. That's a swing there. And as we come over here a little bit more, you can see another large roller coaster there in the background as well. So this place was just been completely abandoned, sorry, for the past 15 years. Around the outside here, this entire area is just flooded swampland now. Due to where it is, nobody's done anything with it. Nobody wants to do anything with it, because if something like this happens again, the same thing's going to happen. They had flood defences in place, but they didn't work. They just packed in because there was too much. There was too much rising water in the area. The atmosphere here is really weird. It's really eerie because nothing's going on. We've got a car just in here, which seemingly looks abandoned as well. Right up the front here is a security car, which looks like it's been vandalised and pieces, but it's weird. It's got a ghost tour kind of vibe to it, like a ghost town. It's eerie. It's very eerie. So we can't go inside because, you know, however much I'd love to and however much people have done, I'm not going to go and break the law and jump over the fence. It's, you know, we're not about that life. But what we've seen from here is enough that we know it's completely bizarre that people have just abandoned it and they've done absolutely nothing with it for 15 years. And we've seen that a lot around New Orleans. A lot of places have been devastated by the floods and they haven't done anything to them. The flooding and the hurricane, sorry. They haven't done anything to them in 15 years. So to some extent it seems like a city that's stuck. They're stuck with the devastation and they haven't done anything with it. And it's somewhat sad to see, because this, you know, back in the UK, this is prime land. There's no way that we would leave something that you've had something built on before. We would never leave that for 15 years just completely abandoned like that. So speechless. I've done a lot of talking, but I feel speechless. It's strange. You never see anything like this back home. Alright, so we're just driving past. We don't have access to another entrance here, but as you can see, here's the roller coasters. You've got a wooden roller coaster just coming up here. You've got the Ferris wheel as well. And you see it's just been completely abandoned. This grass area that you see, that's the flood defences that they thought would protect them from the hurricane, and it didn't. It pulled all the water in and kept it in, and the park laid flooded and abandoned for months after it. We finished up in Six Flags, New Orleans, the abandoned theme park. We've now made it out to a restaurant called Katie's in Mid-City. So this restaurant has been recommended to us by many guides, many places on Google, things to do, places to eat. Our tour guide yesterday on the Hop On Hop Off bus tour recommended this place, and you know, coming in here, just walking in the place, you can kind of see why. It's a quaint little family-owned restaurant. You know, it serves what looks like good, wholesome food. Looking over the menu's not expensive really. Half a dozen oysters for between $14 and $16. Dozen oysters for $21. You got your po' boys, your pizza, your Cajun food, all the standard stuff. Yeah, everything's quite cheap. Sorry, we had to cut out there for a second because our food actually came over. Everything's reasonably priced. You've got all your local delicacies and whatnot. So I've got here rosemary chicken, which came with 2 side items, and this was $14 with rosemary chicken, 2 side items. I've got fries and a vegetable medley. Portions come out and it's pretty big. It's a pretty big portion. We were expecting something a little bit smaller because we're still pretty stuffed from lunch. Becky got blackened shrimp linguine, and that was $19. So it's a little bit pricier, but it's shrimp, prawns, you know, that seafood's always that little bit pricier anyway than, you know, chicken is. But I'll just show you my portion quickly. So as you can see, it's a pretty big portion, 2 reasonably sized chicken breasts, massive portion of fries, and your vegetables. And this is Becky's blackened shrimp linguine. Again, massive portion. You've got a portion of garlic bread there, and a lot of pasta, a lot of shrimps. So we're going to give it a try, and then we'll let you know how it is once we're done. The food was fantastic. The portion size was really good for what we paid for it. you know, the total bill was just shy of $41. That's inclusive of tax. As I said, I got the rosemary chicken, Becky got the blackened shrimp linguine. We had vodka pineapple juice as well, which seemingly we were only charged for the vodka. $4, I believe that was. Just the overall, the level of service that we had was fantastic, very attentive. We asked for some tap water and our glasses weren't empty at any point. That's a testament to the level of service that they were offering. We came here on recommendation from a few people, and those recommendations are true. I think the food was good, the service was good, the pricing altogether, you know, for what we had was pretty good. We've gone away with 2 boxes of food because we're pretty stuffed as well at this point. Everything was fairly reasonably priced. They had a very extensive menu. If you can get out here, go, because pretty good. So we're gonna finish up here for tonight. We're gonna head back to our hotel, have a nice relaxing evening. Probably gonna do a bit of research on the Six Flags. We want to know a little bit more about it and basically why they haven't done anything with it for 15 years, really. So if you've enjoyed the day with us, you know, if you've enjoyed the swamp boat tour that we did, the airboat tour, our meal at Sonic's Drive-In, our trip to Six Flags New Orleans, and also again our meal at Katie's this evening, hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified when we post a new video, and we'll see you on the other side.